everybody, welcome in, welcome back to another art stream. So if you could not tell, today we are drawing more Pokemon because of course, what else would I draw? So last time we streamed, you might remember we finished drawing our Kanto starters, and now we're gonna move on to our Johto starters with the Game Boy Color. So I already have some sketches here for us, and we're just gonna basically continue what we did with the last drawing and make it a whole series. I think I'm gonna shrink these guys just a little bit. Tilt them a little bit too. Gotta get the scaling correct, you know? I want it to kind of look like they're popping out of the screen, but, you know, at the same time, they have to be big enough that they're, I don't know, visible. Because these are eventually going to be stickers. That's the idea. So, you want the characters nice and visible, you know? They gotta be visible. How are you today, Gar? I am doing well, thank you for asking. I'm a little tired just because, again, this heat wave, I mean, it's not just where I live, it's kind of the whole United States right now is going through such a massive heat wave, and it is just super draining. But we are making do. We are making do, so. I am just gonna get started drawing. I don't really want to draw the Game Boy Color itself right now. I don't know. It's just a little bit boring. Because there's no creativity with just drawing the Game Boy Color. It's just the Game Boy. So, I think I'm gonna start with Totodile, because he's kind of the cutie patootie of the group. I mean, I love Chikorita and Cyndaquil as well, but just like, look at it, look at his little face. Look at his face. It's so adorable. So, I'm gonna start with Totodile. And we're gonna just start throwing down some line work. I think I used an 8? Or was it 10? It might have been 10. So I want to keep things consistent. Okay, it was definitely 10. Or maybe even thicker. 12? I used a 12 on the outlines. I made the lines on this thick. Okay. Well, that's why we checked. I'm very tired. I might nap. Oh! Gar, I actually did it though. Use the lurk command. I actually made it. Do it. Exclamation point lurk. I made one. I was a good streamer and I finally added it. I so wanted to take a nap earlier. I laid down and I was just trying to relax. But I knew if I took a nap, I would not stream. So I was like, I'm just gonna chill out for a little bit. And then I'll get up, and that's what I did. So. But yeah, feel free to use that lurk command, because I did make it. I don't like the shape of the snoot here. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay. It's like, I'm trying to match the Pokemon art style, while also, like, you know, giving it my own lair. Which can be a difficult thing to achieve. But we will make it happen. This line might be... This one might prove a little difficult. Yeah, that looks good. Those really long lines are always the ones that give me the most trouble. But... you can do it. If you believe, you just gotta believe. Okay, yeah, I like this. Now, his little stubby little hands might be a issue, but we'll see. There's something about the way that Pokemon does the fingers that is so just weird. They're just little points that you think would be easy to draw, but because they're so easy, they're actually more difficult than you would think. Because if you don't get them right, they're gonna look wonky. Okay. What's gonna suck is that, like, I feel like by the end of this series of drawings, I'm gonna have to go back and edit the original set because it's just not gonna match the exact same style. I just know it. I'm gonna deviate by the end of Generation 9. And then I'm gonna have to redo it all. We're gonna hope that doesn't happen. We're gonna do our best to keep things consistent. That would be the ideal situation. I might thicken up the line work of the eye itself just a little bit. Yeah, just like that. Thicken up a little bit. Something like this. And we'll use like a 10. Making like a perfect arc is so difficult. It's like it could be easy, and yet it's not. and yet. It's also weird I was talking about how Pokemon does those weird little pointy fingies. It's also weird how the eye just doesn't close, and they just do, not on all Pokemon, but on Pokemon like Totodile, they just do like a little closed arc where you would think the eye would be, you know, if this is like his like black spot, you think the eye would be just like closed like that. But no. That's not how Totodile works. Because they have to keep his shape language, you see? For those of you who didn't go to art school, shape language, very important. Very, very important. Keep the characteristics of a character consistent. This is why, when you look at Mickey Mouse, his ears always, and it's weird because you don't think about it, but his ears are always facing the same direction. No matter where he's looking, in perspective, no matter what's happening, his ears always are consistent. Which you would think, you know, breaks the laws of physics or whatever. And it does. But that's the beauty of cartoons. Is, you know, doesn't have to follow physics. Not at all. So, yeah, next time you look at Mickey Mouse, take a gander at his ears. And be like, oh yeah, his ears don't follow the laws of gravity. One thing they teach you in character design is having a recognizable silhouette for your characters is one of the most important things about character design. Because if you can't recognize the character just by the silhouette, they're probably not iconic enough of a character. And you need to go back to the drawing board. I mean, I think just about every single Pokemon has an identifiable silhouette. Just about. I actually did a whole thing this morning, very, very topical, talking about character design, where I looked back at some of my older character designs and how far they've come and how much, like, I've changed them because I was trying to, you know, be a little bit more consistent with, you know, things like shape language, things like color theory, and what the colors of the characters mean for their personalities and all of that stuff. I'm planning on posting a video about it actually, because I'm going to start posting on TikTok again. It's been a very long time since I've consistently posted on TikTok, but I need to get back into posting, honestly. Something that I need to do. So I'm going to do a video about art fight, I'm going to do a video about character design, probably go back to doing some of my like tips and trick videos where I was talking about tips and tricks for Clip Studio Paint, which is the art program that I use. If you did not know, now you know. because those videos did very well. I think they helped a lot of people. This Clip Studio Paint is not the most easy program to learn. It's kind of like Photoshop in a way. Photoshop and, you know, a lot of different programs. They have a lot of features, and sometimes that's very intimidating to learn all the new things. Which, hell, I don't know everything about Clip Studio Paint myself, but I do know a couple tips and tricks. It helps me personally with my workflow. And I like to share with others because art shouldn't be gatekept. You know, some things you might have to hold close to your chest just because it's like, you know, if you're releasing like some copyrighted work or something, it's like obviously you can't share that with the world because you're under like NDAs and stuff. But for the most part, most artists don't have to deal with things like that. And I certainly don't have to deal with that. So I like sharing all I can. I actually have a friend right now who's under NDA and she can't share any of the stuff she's working on. She showed me a little bit of it, but you know, we keep that hush hush. But you know what? I've never worked for like an actual company before. Everything I've ever done, art related or really anything work related, I've only done freelance work. It's kind of just how I operate best. That's why I take a lot of commissions on like VGen and stuff, because VGen, people just come to you, they're like, hey, I need a commission. And you're like, alright, cool. Tell me what it is, I'll get it done. And then you do it, and it's awesome. Don't have to worry about too much in the terms of, you know, corporations coming down on you, changing your vision, and whatever. It's just like you make work, and you make good work, and that's it. That's all you gotta worry about. It's kind of weird. I feel like most artists have visions of grandeur where they're like, I'm gonna become a Disney animator, I'm gonna work for Pixar or DreamWorks or, you know, any of the big corporation animation studios. I was never like that though. I always just wanted to do my own thing. I think it'd be cool one day to work on, like, I don't know, some big project, but I don't know. I don't think it'll ever happen. Because it's not something I'm actively searching for in my line of work right now, so if I'm not trying to actively make something like that happen, it probably won't. Because, you know, I mean, there are scouters for companies like that, and they'll go search out talent to try to bring to their new companies and whatever, for whatever project they're working on. One of my favorite artists, actually, she apparently got scouted and she's gonna be working on something for Netflix, which is super cool. Of course, again, NDAs, so she can't talk about exactly what it is, but it, you know, though it does happen, I don't think something like that would happen for me. I don't have a very big following and my art is a little bit more simplistic. Probably not something a studio would be interested in, but you never know. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. Picking up these lines on the spikes a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna get into any coloring today. We might, but line art usually takes up a lot of my time. If you're new here and do not know, I take so very long on line art. My art style is very clean, I guess could be the descriptor. But we're probably just gonna be doing line art today, chat. Really, right now, I'm just biding my time until art fight starts. That's kinda my MO, just waiting for the glory that is art fight. And boy, is that going to be fun once it does start. But per the rules of art fight, you are not allowed to start working on art fights until July 1st. So we gotta wait, chat. We gotta wait. But it's not too far away. I mean, it's the freaking 25th. They already revealed the teams and like everything, so yeah, we're not too far off. Art fight beginning. And then of course I'm gonna be streaming like crazy, getting art fight attacks out. It's gonna be so fun. Cannot wait for it. Absolutely cannot wait. Why does Totodale's foot look so weird? I know he's got these like really blocky feet, but maybe not this blocky. A little bit more curve into it. Something like that. You know, give it a little bit of dimension, just enough to really make things work for us. Might bump up the line work just a tad. And you know, if we ever get stuck, we do have our references we can refer back to. Because I don't care what anyone says, references are an important part of artwork and art making, and anyone who tells you different wants to see you fail. Because references are so important. I mean, I got my references right there. See? Totodile. Just so we have him ready for us whenever we are ready to color pick and everything. But we're still doing line art. I'm actually pretty surprised with how fast I'm getting the line art on this boy done. Usually, I feel like it would take me longer. We've been streaming for 30 minutes, but that 30 minutes, you know, part of it is wasted with me just blabbering on, talking to you guys about whatever I'm talking about. So, you know, we haven't spent a full 30 minutes just on this drawing. Or just on the line art of this Pokemon. I wish I was faster at art. Like, there are some people out there that are so fast at drawing, it's not even funny. And I am envious, I'm not gonna lie. I'm envious. But it literally just comes down to practice, and I just need more practice drawing faster, because it's literally just practice. I'm also a perfectionist, and I need to stop that. Because, let me tell you, being a perfectionist, it'll ruin your love for art. It really will. And I'm trying very hard to break the bad habits of perfectionism. It takes a lot of training, though. If you're by nature a perfectionist, you really gotta work towards not being that. But I recently found someone on TikTok, actually. I can't remember their username, or I'd shout them out, but basically they're a professional artist, and they give advice sometimes on their TikTok page, and they're just like, hey, stop being a perfectionist. Do you want to know how to stop being a perfectionist? Make art that specifically you know that you can replicate. Like, let's say I draw a lot of Galarian Ponyta, right? It's my favorite Pokemon, I draw her all the time. My favorite thing to draw, right? The goal being, I just draw a drawing of Galarian Ponyta, just because, right? And then afterwards, I rip it up. I tear it up, and then I redraw it. And then I do that process again until I don't feel that heavy attachment. And once you get rid of that attachment, it's extremely freeing for not only your creative process, but just you as a person, you know? Because being a perfectionist, when it comes to art, it's stressful. And you gotta learn to let go. But it can be hard. So, it's definitely something you gotta work towards and practice, but it is possible. I'm debating, on a different note, I don't know if I should bring his toes, like, all the way down like this. And all the way up. Probably connect them. Yeah, I like that better. Actually, I might give him a little bit extra dimension with his feet, something like that. It's a tiny bit of dimension. So they're not so flat. But it's a little uneven, so I'll fix it. The problem is that the angles are not perfect, right? I gotta fix the angle of this, or of this. Yeah, let's try this. Let's try. See, I don't know. That might be a little bit better. Yeah. We'll play with it. But, yeah. On the topic of perfectionism, like, just to finish that conversation, it's just like, Yeah, don't do it. Get over it. Just be the artist you want to be. Be creative. Don't hold your art so preciously. And it'll make you a better artist. And it really does. Now I just have to follow that advice for myself. And then I will be super golden. And let's do the same thing I did for this foot. Around. It's just a tad. Just enough to give you little tootsies. A little bit more definition from each other. Picking up the lines just a tiny bit. Line weight has always been something I personally have struggled with, trying to get dimensional line work, but I actually think I did a really good job with it on this Totodile. Like, I feel like I could have done a better job on Bulbasaur and Squirtle. But Totodile, I think he looks pretty damn good for line work. I'm gonna turn off the sketch layer and we can get a better look at it, but I think that looks pretty good. I like it. I'm gonna erase a little bit of this here so we can get a little bit of a clear cut of his little fingers. But yeah, I think that is pretty damn good. Alright, cool. Let's flat color him. We'll just take the colors of the Totodile straight from the image and just drop them on down. It's like the easiest part of drawing flat colors. You just gotta drop them in. Easy peasy, chat. Easy freaking peasy. And for little areas, I usually just come in and do it manually because sometimes it is just easier to color in these little areas manually. You know what? It can be therapeutic to not just use the bucket fill. Sometimes I want to come in and just go wee and just fill in that little foot. I feel like this pink color is like not nearly vibrant enough. Maybe something like this. Spikes. Cause like the spikes are like not quite red, not quite pink. They're kind of in the middle. You want to have that nice medium shade. We can color pick his mouth. You know what? I might. I don't know. We'll play around with it. I was gonna say I might used the same colors from the other drawing for the mouth on his mouth, but I don't think we have to be that nitpicky about color matching. I think this will be just fine. And let's color in his teeth, which I'm coloring white on white, so you can't really see what I'm doing here, but trust me when I say I am doing something. See, look, you can see it here. There we go. All colored in. And this little patch, kind of difficult to get the real color, but I feel like it's be darker than that. Not quite that dark. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, look at that little Totodile. Look how cute. He looks so adorable. Alright, and then we're not gonna shade him right now, but I am just gonna drop a layer on top. Let's give him some colored line work. Very, very basic colored line work, but colored line work nonetheless. And we'll call Totodile done for now. We'll call that done, and then we can move on to, let's do Chikorita, because I personally love Chikorita. Chikorita is gonna be in the new, same with Totodile, actually. She's gonna be in the new Legends ZA game, and I am so excited for that. I already pre-ordered Legends ZA, which took me a while to pre-order, because when I went on the Pokemon Center website, they would just not let me purchase anything, and I don't know why. I think they like blocked my account, but eventually I did get it to go through. So I will be getting a random Legends ZA starter as my pre-order bonus, which I'm so excited for. And I have the idea of when we play Legends ZA, which we will be doing on stream on my alt account, Game Lobby 1337, which is my gaming account if you guys are not following that. But I have the idea of whichever starter we get as the one we get in the mail for our plushie, like that's the one I'm gonna go with, and that's the one we're gonna play with in game. But at the same time, it really depends, because I thought going into Generation 9, I really thought I was gonna choose the cat, the Sprigatito, and I didn't. Because I got into the game and they gave so much personality to freaking Fuecoco that I had to choose. Like, it was not like, oh, I like Fuecoco, I'm gonna choose Fuecoco. It's like, no, the decision was ripped out of my hands. I had to choose him. He was just so adorable. So, something like that may happen again. It is totally possible that something like that happens with Legends ZA, and I might just have to choose something I didn't think I was gonna choose. I mean, the same thing happened with Legends Arceus. I went into the game thinking I was gonna choose Rowlet, and I didn't choose Rowlet, I chose Cyndaquil. So, you just really never know. You really never know. Or at least, I don't. I know some people go into these games with very preconceived notions of what they're gonna be doing. And that's totally fine. But for me, I don't know. I have a hard time with like clear favorites when it comes to starters. 'Cause I don't have clear favorites. I love a lot of the starters equally. I don't know. It's just hard for me to like choose. So I just end up picking a starter on a whim a lot of times when I'm playing these games. I don't have any ride or dies, as some people do. Now the line art on Chikorita is gonna go a lot faster than the line art did on Totodile, just because it's a much simpler Pokemon. I mean, Chikorita, she's Bean. That's all she is. She's a bean. So, I mean, and we love her for it. But that's what she is. That's what she is and all she is. Shape this line. The woes of a digital artist. Redrawing the same line over and over and over and over and over again. Which, you know, something you can't do with traditional art. But digital art, oh baby. Oh, do we love to draw the same line 20 million times? Oh, how we love it. I do have some experience, you know, not drawing digitally. I mean, hey, we did a traditional art stream, not this past Tuesday, but the last stream, we did a traditional art stream. So, I have proven that I can draw traditionally. It's just harder for me, because I'm not classically trained, as one might say. You know, a lot of people think digital art is easier, and for me it's easier just because that's what I do 99% of the time. I draw digitally. But I have a friend. She draws not digitally. Can I... Does this change the sensitivity? Testing. Yeah, I'm gonna turn the sensitivity up on my PNG tuber because I feel like it's not catching my voice as much as it should, but I feel like that's better. Yeah. Okay. Back to drawing. But yes, when she started doing digital art for the first time, she really struggled with it. Because it's just a medium she wasn't used to. Which is, like, totally valid. Because anyone trying something new, you're not gonna be great at it most of the time. It's like, I took a watercolor class last summer, so 1 year ago. Took a watercolor class. My first time doing watercolors since, I don't know, middle school. And I was super excited for it. And then I started doing the class and I was like, oh no, watercolors are hard. So it kind of dampened my excitement. But it's just how doing new mediums is. It's hard. It's a very hard thing to do. But, you know, I'd like to try watercolors again. I think watercolors could be really fun to do. I just have to get over that initial hurdle of skill, you know? And once you get over that, that should be golden. Should be golden. I also want to do more work with acrylic paint. I've never done an acrylic painting. I have acrylic paints and I've used them for projects, but mostly just for like blocking color. I mean, I've played with acrylic paint pens, but not really acrylic paint itself. So we're planning on eventually doing some Pokemon card art streams where I'm gonna physically paint on Pokemon cards, which will be super fun to do. But it might be a disaster because I've never painted with acrylics before. So it's really just gonna be a learning experience for me. But you guys get to see whatever success or disaster it might be on stream. So, you know, it'll be good content, if anything else. So we can look forward to that. Alright, Chikorita, you little bean. We're almost done with your line art. Almost. Not quite done. We're getting there. Gonna move this little sprout right here. Yeah, that looks more in line, you know? Want to follow a nice curvature. Alright. See, like, how can you look at Chikorita's face and not love Chikorita? She's just so cute. I love her. Absolutely adorable. And though Meganium may not be the best Pokemon in terms of stats, I think Meganium's a beautiful Pokemon. And y'all can fight me if you disagree. I think she's gorgeous. I mean, have you guys seen her in new Pokemon Snap? It's beautiful. It's a beautiful Pokemon. Absolutely gorgeous. I really do wish that Pokemon, not to get on the Pokemon should have better graphics thing, but like, it doesn't need to be hyper realistic. They just need to make it look like new Pokemon Snap. I've discussed this with people before. It's like, just make it look like new Pokemon Snap and then everything is good in the world. Because new Pokemon Snap looks amazing. Namco did such a good job. Like, just to copy them, Game Freak. It's so easy. They already did the hard work for you. You know? But, you know, whatever. I'll just enjoy new Pokemon Snap, and we'll get Gen 10 soon and it'll look awful, and, you know, the whole cycle will repeat. But that's just how it will be. Nothing we can do to stop it. It's like, I could just, you know, stop buying Pokemon games. The problem being, Pokemon is still fun even if it looks really bad graphically. I love every generation of Pokemon. There's not been a generation where I said, I hate this game. All of them have been fun. There are some that I like more than others, of course, but all of them have been fun. None of them have disappointed me to the point of like being like, I don't want to play that Pokemon game. You know? They all have a level of enjoyment for me. Bill, hi, welcome in, welcome in. That eye does not look good. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Alright, time to draw your majestic leaf, little leaf friend. I'll make the line art just a little bit thinner. Just a wee bit. So hard pulling these long lines. Yeah, that looks decent. Decent enough, anyway. Decent enough. Sometimes you really just gotta say, good enough. That is a motto I have to live by sometimes. What is it about Pokemon you like? I mean, it's probably mostly nostalgia. I've been a Pokemon fan since before I could remember. I had cards, I watched the anime, I didn't really play the games as much when I was a kid. I had Pokemon Stadium, but I didn't have a Game Boy, so I couldn't play the Game Boy games. But I've just always have loved Pokemon, and part of that is probably from the fact that I just adore animation as a medium. Part of it is just I love cute characters. There's a lot of reasons to love Pokemon. I understand people who don't love Pokemon, you know. I'm taking a history of animation and anime class right now, and our professor has very much said she does not like Pokemon, but she recognizes that Pokemon is, you know, a big part of anime and animation history, which it is. A lot of people don't consider Pokemon anime at all, but to say that it's not anime is, you know, disingenuous, I feel. Because it, for me, most definitely is considered anime. Wasn't there a Game Boy adapter for the Cube? So there was. But I don't think you could actually play the Pokemon Game Boy games on the GameCube. The adapter was more so for, like... And I could be wrong on this, because I did have a Game Boy, but it was... Or not a Game Boy. I did have a GameCube, but it was only for, like, a very short period of time. We had to get rid of our GameCube for reasons. But I think the link cable for the Game Boy to the Cube was only for, like, transferring Pokemon to the, like, box. They had like a whole game where it's just like Pokemon Home, except it was on the GameCube. And I think that link cable, you could maybe also use it for Pokemon Stadium. I'm not so sure on that one. But I think there was some functionality with the link cable there. I think. don't know. See, when I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of like Nintendo brand things when it came to like the actual gaming consoles. I had a Wii and I had PlayStation. I didn't have Xbox and I didn't have like a lot of the other Nintendo things. My first handheld Nintendo was my DS Lite, which I earned by making keychains for my dad's coworker. I took little business cards and attached them to keychains so that he could hand them out. And I did, like, it felt like thousands of those when I was a little kid, and then he bought me a Game Boy in exchange for my labor. Or not a Game Boy, a DS. He bought me a DS. So I was super ecstatic about that. But what's interesting is that I had a DS, but I didn't actually get any of the Pokemon games on that either until Generation 5. And not even Generation 5, but the Black to White 2 part of Generation 5. So, I don't know, it's interesting. You look at my collection of DS games, and almost all of them are like, I feel like all the games my parents bought me for my DS were just games that were on the clearance bin, because like I don't have Animal Crossing, I don't have any Mario games, I don't have any Pokemon games, like I don't have any of the big games that you would get for a DS. So, you know, I missed out on a lot of those early gen games, and I'm trying to spend my adult years catching up on a lot of the games that I missed out on. Currently, like, I'm playing Mario Sunshine right now, because I never played Mario Sunshine when I was a kid. I didn't play any of them. I didn't play 64, I didn't play Sunshine. I did play a little bit of Galaxy at a friend's house, but I didn't really like Galaxy. I know, controversial. But I didn't really care for Galaxy too much. But yeah, that's why I have a gaming channel, because right now I'm streaming on my art channel, but I have a gaming channel, which I play mostly Pokemon games, but I do play other games on there. And I just play games I never got to play when I was a kid, basically. Right now, we're playing Oblivion on stream, so that's been very fun. Because I loved Skyrim, and I never got to play the other Elder Scrolls games, but with the new Oblivion remaster, I have given myself an excuse to play Oblivion for the first time. It's criminal how expensive Pokemon Diamond and Pearl are now. Oh yeah, I mean, I have access to a lot of those games now just because the people I live with have all the older games. But, you know, I still do a little bit of emulating just because you can't really stream Pokemon games from a DS. I mean, you can. It's not ideal. But yeah, those older games, all of them go for so much money. It's kind of ridiculous. I wouldn't recommend anyone actually go out and purchase those games, because they're way too pricey in my opinion. It's like, just do a little bit of yo-ho-hoing, if you know what I mean. But I will say, it's hard to recommend that, because there's just something about playing games on their native hardware that just feels right. It just does. You can't with a modded 3DS? I'm sure you can stream from a modded 3DS. I didn't personally, again, more consoles I didn't own. I've never owned a 3DS, so I've never, and I really want to, but I've never played Generation 6 or 7 of Pokemon. Which, I just visually love the aesthetics of Gen 7. Like, I just think it's a really pretty region. I know people have their gripes with Gen 7, and people definitely have their gripes with Gen 6. But I do want to eventually play those games. The plan is to play all Pokemon games eventually. And that's slowly happening with the series that I'm running with 2 other streamers. We're doing a triple Soul Link where all of us play all of the Pokemon games. So like the first season of the triple Soul Link, we had all of us playing the original Red, Blue, and Yellow all at the same time, all of our games linked, so that, you know, it's a Nuzlocke. So if one of our Pokemon dies, it dies for all 3 of us, and we've been slowly beating every single generation. We just beat Gen 4, and now we're going to be moving on to Gen 5 in a couple months. And since we're playing Gen 5, we're actually adding a 4th person onto the Soul Link. So it's going to get even crazier. Honest question, what is native hardware? Native hardware just means the game is on the system that it's meant to be played on. So like Mario Kart Wii, it came out on the Wii, that is its native hardware, its native system that it came out on. Okay, Chikorita I think is done for now. So we have Chikorita and Totodile all done here, and then we'll move on to Cyndaquil. With console revisions, backwards compatibility, and ports, what is the right way you're supposed to play the games? Oh, I mean, there's no right way, right? People play however they want to play. I mean, I play, like I said, a lot of Pokemon games on my computer. From less than... what would be the word? Less than correct means, we'll say. But I mean, you can do whatever you want. Because I mean, you can even play, for example, the Game Boy games on a DS Lite, and technically that's not native hardware. It is, but it isn't, because it's backwards compatibility kind of stuff. But I mean, there's many ways to play, you know, and people play however they want to play. The amazing thing about most things about modern gaming is it's flexible. You can really do whatever you want. It makes modern gaming so much better than it used to be. The versatility is just amazing with modern gaming. It really is. The Wii U doesn't count as native hardware, but the Wii Mini without GameCube controller ports counts as original hardware? Well, the Wii U would be considered native hardware to games that came out on the Wii U, right? Because the Wii U is a, you know, branded Nintendo licensed console. So when we're talking about non-native hardware, we're talking about emulated games. We're talking about taking ports of games and putting them on like a computer or a Steam Deck or or like your cell phone, something that's not normally supposed to run those games. Which I did when I was in high school. I definitely did download some Pokemon games on my cell phone with an emulator. But I got stuck. I don't remember what game I was playing now that I think about it. It was so long ago, but I remember I got stuck somewhere in a town and I was like, I don't know how to leave here. And I just didn't continue with the gameplay because I legitimately was just stuck forever. Or that's what it appeared to be when I was playing. It could have been that I just got lost, but as far as I know, I was stuck forever. Cyndaquil is so cute too. The Gen starters are so good. I think the Gen 2 starters are probably the strongest set of starters in all of Pokemon. Because they're all just consistently good. Ooh, tech stuff? Yeah, we're talking about a little bit of hardware stuff. I'm not good with it. I'm not good with tech stuff at all, but we're talking about, you know, native hardware and link cables and emulation. The whole conversation started with just basically me talking about how I got into Pokemon. But that is what we were discussing. What about legal clone consoles? I don't know what that would be. Is there such a thing? It's a legal clone console? I don't know. Legal as in the console patents expired? So it's perfect for recreation? Oh, do you mean like when people like mod their Wii's or DS's and stuff? I don't know. It's still technically modding, but it is technically native hardware, even though it's emulation, but it's on the original console. I don't know. The terms get weird for that. the technical terms get weird. I don't know. I've never modded a console before. I have modded consoles in my household, but I am not the ones who set those up, so I don't know how to mod a console. The most that I've done is set up my Steam Deck with EmuDeck, which allows me to more easily add emulated games onto my Steam Deck. That's as far as I've gone in the modding consoles category. I'm playing the Tamagotchi collection for the Nintendo DS. Oh my gosh. I am so ready for it. It's what is it? Tamagotchi Life? Or is that what it is? Is it coming to Switch too? I think so. Yeah, Tamagotchi Life. Living the dream. I just looked it up. I've never played a Tamagotchi game before, so I'm very excited for that to come out because I do have the Switch too. So that is going to be super fun. Very much looking forward to that. It was originally Japanese exclusive. You can grab a ROM and find an English patch. That's what I did for Mother 3. Because Mother 3 is only available in Japanese. So I found an emulated copy with an English patch, and that's how I played Mother 3. It still boggles my mind that they've never released that game in English. Because it's so, like, popular, and I guess it's, like, more popular in niche communities. But I loved Mother 3 so much. And Earthbound is such, like, a ubiquitous, like, name when it comes to Nintendo that you would think they would release Mother 3, but they just won't. So, you know. Just one of those things. Never gonna do it, so I just have to be happy with my emulation. Apparently the Japanese title for Tamagotchi Life is Tomodachi Collection New Home or something like that? I did not know that. Like I said, I've never played those games before, so I would not know. There's so many games that I want to play eventually, and you know, I'll get to it, but there's so many games out there. It takes a long time to, like, get through all the games you've ever wanted to play ever, because there's so many good games out there. Like, I was just talking about how I'm slowly but surely working my way through all the Pokemon games, because I didn't get to play a lot of them when I was a kid. So I'm slowly working through them now, but it takes time. That's why I have a gaming channel separate of my art channel, specifically so I can play games and make time for playing games, and especially playing games that I've never played before, because it's fun to play new games. Literally, I use Full Ride on my phone for DS emulation. Yeah, I was just talking about that too, about how I emulated Pokemon games on my phone when I was, like, in high school. It's been a while since I've done that. I don't remember what emulator I used, but I definitely done some yo-ho-hoing in my time. Because if a game is not available for purchase anymore, I don't feel a lick of remorse when it comes to emulating it. If you're not gonna allow me to purchase it, I'm not gonna feel guilty about pirating it. That's just that's my hot take. I'm not gonna feel guilty whatsoever. Are your commissions for art only? Yeah. I am an artist and this is an art stream. I don't know what other commissions I would offer besides art. Like, I don't know what else there would be. I guess there are people who do, like, freelance stuff for, like, writing and stuff, I guess. I don't know. I do write sometimes in my spare time, but I definitely don't freelance that kind of work. I am awake. Welcome back, Gar. Welcome back. I hope your nap was good. You've been gone for, like, over an hour, so it's a pretty decent time for a nap. You like puzzle games? There's a good Tetris site for you? Oh, I do like Tetris. I've been playing Tricky Towers. Gar knows about my Tricky Towers obsession. I have like, I think like 70 hours in Tricky Towers, which is like Tetris with physics. And it's hell, but also super fun. I might actually make this liner a little thinner. I have so many games I'm playing right now, it's like not even funny. I just need to like finish something. Like I'm playing Jedi, or like Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I still have to finish Cult of the Lamb. I still have to finish Bug Snacks. I have to finish Stardew Valley. I have to finish Mario Sunshine. I've started playing just too many games at once. And I just need to finish one of them, but I just keep picking up new games and it's a problem, you know? It's a problem. It's called Tetrio? Ooh. Interesting. I might look that up because I do love Tetris. I'm not super great, but I do love it. I do love me some Tetris. If you ever want to beat me in Tricky Towers, hit me up. Oh yeah, you did purchase that game, huh, Gar? I do remember that. I haven't played Tricky Towers in a minute, though. Like, I was really obsessed with it for a little bit. I put it down for a couple weeks just because I've been busy with other games, but I do still love Tricky Towers. I think I'm just gonna use the straight line tool for this. It'll be easier than hand drawing them all. Digital art. Gotta love it. We can just slap down some line work and it's easy. Look at this. Freaking love it. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it's fire, so I can make it as wibble wobbly as I want and it still looks good. Almost ready for colors. Gosh, I love Cyndaquil. So cute. So cute. Alright, I think the liner for Cyndaquil is done. Do you play Minecraft? I do. I have not played Minecraft in a hot minute, but Minecraft is the thing that I probably have the most hours of ever when it comes to a video game. It is a little ridiculous how many hours I've put into Minecraft. I think the most recent mod pack that I played with Minecraft was Dragora RL Craft, which is a very, very hard mod pack, but very rewarding when you actually get through it and play it. But for a little while, we had a Pixelmon server. Oh, shut up, Gar. You know I play Minecraft. Don't try to trick people. Yeah, we had a Pixelmon server for a little bit. For the channel. But we just stopped playing it because I moved on to other games and other things. But it was fun while it lasted. Oops, that's the wrong layer. Let's make sure we're on the right layer, huh, chat? That's important. That's very important. You want to be friends we could build together? I do have a canvas world where I just build. I mean, hey, join the Discord. You know, sometimes I might be on Pixelmon, you never know. Right now I want to focus on games I have not played, so maybe in the future, but I would like to bring the Minecraft server back. I really would. And then we can all play games together. All of me and my followers and stuff. Would be fun to bring back one day. I'm really waiting on Cobblemon to finish. Because I think that Cobblemon is going to be better than Pixelmon when it's actually, like, done. But they're still in pretty early phases of, you know, getting everything all together. Because they don't even have all the Pokemon in there yet. But so far, Pixelmon. I think Pixelmon might be done, you know? Once Cobblemon really picks up, it might be over for good old Pixelmon. But we'll see. You never know. You never know. Alright. Wow, look at that, chat. We got all 3 Mons all drawn. They look amazing. I don't think I want to, like, do any rendering on them today. But, hell, just flat colors, I think they look good. Maybe once Cobblemon is fully caught up, I'll check it out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, once Cobblemon has, like, all the Pokemon in there, and they got, like, the gym system, and the legendaries and everything. Once that happens, I think Cobblemon is gonna be way better. Way, way better than Pixelmon, because, like, I mean, Cobblemon has such nice little features where they have, like, different variations for Pokemon, like different patterns, and because, like, I mean, Cobblemon has such nice little features where they have, like, different variations for Pokemon, like different Pokemon. There's just so many little details that Pixelmon does not have. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. You can draw the Game Boy Color as well? I mean, yes. That is our next step, actually. Because now we've drawn the 3. Now I have to draw the background element, which is less exciting because it's literally just tracing the freaking Game Boy, but you know, whatever. Oh. Twitch, why are you being twitchy? Twitch, why are you being twitchy? I don't know how to fix that. I'm gonna do an internet speed test real quick. Let's see if it's my internet, or let's see if it's Twitch being twitchy, huh? Does it sound like she's running out of batteries? Oh, is my mic like all robotic? I hope not. It could just be Twitch being twitchy. Because it's like, when I look on OBS, I show 0 dropped frames. But then when I look on Twitch, it says my bitrate is horrible. So yeah, my internet's not running super smooth right now. I just ran a speed test. It is not super smooth. I might do I mean, I'm not gonna stream too much longer, so I'm not gonna really mess with it, but maybe later I'll do a speed, I don't know, reboot. Like reboot the network, reboot my computer, and then maybe that'll help with tomorrow's stream. But I'm not gonna worry about it today. Walk towards the light. Is the stream really that bad? Hold on. Now I have to check it out on my phone. Are we really in that poor of a state? I thought the stream ended or something. No, it's just Twitch being twitchy and not connecting my dang stuff. Hold on. Might need to restart your mic? I mean, OBS is picking up the mic just fine. But again, I'm gonna pull up my stuff on my phone to see how bad this problem actually is. I'll pull up my stream right now. So hold on, chat. I wanna see. I'm purring? Oh no. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna listen to myself on stream. Oh my god. Oh, I am Roboto. Wait, what happened? I just heard myself on stream. Why am I Roboto? Oh, damn. Here, hold on. I'm gonna maybe... There's no on and off button on my mic. I'm just gonna unplug it and replug it. Hold on. Starting stream button. Okay. So now my PNG tuber is not working properly. Okay. So is this better? Is it better, chat? I unplugged and replugged in my mic. Is it better? Am I still Roboto? You must tell me, I didn't know you were a cat. You know, I could add a costume onto my PNG tuber. Give me little cat ears. I have 2 costumes right now. I have my plush hat costume, and then I have my sunglasses. Which eventually I want to make them as, you know, like redemptions, where you can use channel points, but for now, I actually have commands if you guys ever want to make me wear a costume, I've added exclamation point plush hat, and that will put on my plush hat. And then I also have exclamation point, oops, exclamation point cool, which then I will put on my shades. So, isn't that fun? Is it only the mic that is the issue here? Is it still bad? Oh gosh. Now, hold on. Let me see. Let me pull up my stream. It's still awful. Oh my god, it's still awful. Why is it still awful? Okay, well... I'm gonna have to do some research to see why it's awful. I don't know why it would be awful. Yeah, I might just have to end stream and do some freaking research on why why it sounds so bad. Damn, that sucks. I didn't want to stop streaming, but if the quality is gonna be this bad and my stream's gonna be dipping in and out and my mic's gonna be awful, then I think I'm just gonna have to end stream. That sucks, but tis what needs to be done, I think. Tis what needs to be done. So we will be doing more streams though, guys, so don't worry. We'll be back tomorrow with more live streaming. We'll be doing a card opening stream though, and not a art stream, so you'll have to follow my other account at GameLobby1337. I know I'm not sounding good right now. I did restart the mic. I literally unplugged it and replugged it in, and it still is bad. Maybe, okay, hold on. Let me try one other thing. I'm going to... Maybe I'll select... Did that do anything? Did that do anything? Probably not. Probably not. So, no, it's alright. Well, I'm getting to the 2-hour mark anyway, so it's time to end stream anyway, but if you want to stay up to date on when I go live next, hopefully this is all coming through on stream, but if you want to stay up to date on when I go live next, make sure you drop a follow. I also recommend joining the Discord because I always post when I go live on Discord, so if you want to never miss a stream, make sure you're in the Discord. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, so 4 times a week. It's with the mic, or the music too, not just the mic? Oh, okay, yep, I'm gonna have to do some research. OBS being OBS, I guess. But it's alright, hopefully tomorrow it won't be an issue. Hopefully. So, yeah, just make sure you guys drop a follow my socials, join the Discord. If you're interested in a art commission, check out my VGen or my website, so you can get lovely art like you see me draw here on stream today. And yeah, maybe tomorrow there won't be audio issues. We'll hope and we'll pray and we'll see. So, thank you guys for joining though. I do appreciate you, and I guess I'll see you guys next time tomorrow for card opening. So I will drown away now. Goodbye, chat. I'm drowning. Goodbye.